Hey everybody, it is Mr. George, and today I'm going to bring you a brief video on two Indian empires, the Mauryan and Gupta empires, and this is going to be during the classical period, Eastern classical civilizations over in India. So let's get started. So for a short period of time, as we bounce back to Alexander the Great, he expanded Macedonian control into the northwestern part of the Indus River Valley. After he left the area, Seleucus, one of his generals, wanted to reestablish Macedonian control in the Indus River Valley. This angered Chandragupta Maurya, who was a powerful Indian military leader. He gathered a large army of men and elephants to fight Seleucus, winning back the Indus Valley. Maurya continued to unite the Indus politically by expanding his rule to over 2,000 miles. Advised by Kautilya, Maurya wrote a book and ruled strongly. He divided the empire into 4 provinces with their own districts and princes. His empire was passed down to Asoka, sometimes referred to as Ashoka, who brought the Mauryan Empire to its height during his 32 years of power and rule. Okay, so this kind of gives us a visual here of the Maurya or Mauryan dynasty in India. And this is around the same time as we have the Roman Republic. Okay. So as far as managing the empire, we're now starting to see, because as these classical civilizations, as these classical empires are growing, they need ways to manage the size and growth. So whether it's military, whether it's taxes, we need ways of controlling people and keeping people socially in order. So we talk about Ahsoka or Ashoka. He's kind of a big deal because, not just because he ruled for 32 years, but because, after he had a battle where he lost over 100,000 soldiers, he really had a change of heart and embraced Buddhism as well as religious tolerance across his empire, bringing peace and kindness to the Mauryan Empire. He also built extensive roads that he worked hard to maintain. Unfortunately, after his death in 232 BC, the empire really kind of began to crumble, and this really left a void of power where all these different neighboring kings were fighting to rule over the empire. Okay, and that kind of creates this period of instability, this period of turmoil where we have different factions within India. So Chandragupta the First, not related to Chandragupta Maurya, founded the Gupta Empire, India's second empire. So again, quick review: first Indian Empire, Mauryan; second, Gupta. Chandragupta the First came to power through marriage of the daughter of an influential royal family. He took the title Great King of Kings in AD 320. And his empire included his homeland and areas further north. Samudra Gupta took the crown in 335 and led the empire through 40 years of conquest. Okay, he was highly regarded for his heroic qualities. He conquered the western Shakas, adding coastal territory to the empire. With these influential rulers, Gupta Empire flourished with advancements in arts, religion, and science. After the third emperor, Chandragupta II, died, the northern portion of the empire was overrun by the Hunas, related to the Huns. This is the same group that's one of the outside groups that is hitting up Constantinople and eventually Rome, which is the western half of the Roman Empire. After dividing the empire into separate kingdoms, the empire ends around 530 535. So I wanted to talk about two other things. I want to talk about the geography of India, and I also want to talk about the Golden Age. So the geography of India was significant as far as how it impacted the development of the people due to landforms and geographical features, similar to all civilizations. So, one example would be the Himalayan mountains located in the northern region of India, as it provided a natural protection. However, it did limit trade and communication with other civilizations, um, which may have had an impact on the economy. Additional landforms, we have the two major rivers that we talked about during the River Valley period, the Ganges and the Indus River, that allowed the Indian people to successfully harvest and replenish water. However, controlling the river was unpredictable and could lead at sometimes to floods, devastating towns and cities. Another important term and theme within India were the monsoons, which were these seasonal weathers that in the summer months brought a lot of rain, wet, moisture from water onto land, and then what we see in the winter months is we see the winds changing, the monsoons changing, which is bringing like very dry as the seasonal winds are pushing southwest away from India. So as far as the Gupta Empire achievements, this is important regarding it's the golden age of India is where this falls in. So when we're talking about the golden age of India, we're talking about a lot of different advancements that are taking place in the area of art, expanding trade, specifically through the Silk Road. The Silk Road, again, is that network of trade routes that was spreading culture, language, and goods throughout India, Rome, China. Merchants from these different empires were trading, and we're now starting to see the flowing of like people, products, and ideas that are really benefiting India regarding trade and the establishment of trade networks. So I hope that you enjoyed the video that kind of did like a quick recap here of the Mauryan and Gupta empires. And thanks for watching.